I'm telling you my philosophy. My philosophy is that the legislature is the product.
Yeah.
And if it was up to me, I will not be paying for that product to be on the radio. I would try to own our own radio station so that we could use our product to provide it free to the public and give young people an opportunity to get into broadcasting. Okay, so that what's inconsistent about that? I come in as the president, there are existing contracts that I want to honor. So clearly you should read from that when these new contracts come up, I look in a different direction.
I hope so.
No, I'm just telling you that.
Okay.
And I don't already start to talk to people because I'm ready to move away from contracting with a radio station that's a commercial radio station that I have no control over the content after they broadcast, because then they could blister the legislature. Why are you going to pay somebody to do that for me? No, I don't need that. I don't need to pay a radio station that after they broadcast our committee live and they disagree with what the chair in that committee do, they criticize. No, why are you going to use legislature money to pay for somebody who's critical of the legislation? No, that don't make no sense.
Okay. Ronnie, I'm going to leave that one there.
Okay, let me move on. I like that.
Yeah. What I want to say is this.
Yes.
You think that the reason why we in our problem that we are today,
yes,
you think it is because of good management or mismanagement?
I disagree with the way how the management been going.
So it is mismanagement.
Okay, let me say this as a different thing. I disagree with the way the management was going. I don't have all of the information.
And that's where we come into now.
To say it's mismanagement, I would not have entered into Diageo.
Okay.
Okay, I would not have borrowed money.
Okay.
I would not have dealt with the property tax like that. And I made my opposition to that known. So you know that I disagree with those management decisions. But I can't step to the next level to say mismanagement. Okay. That is just me and the governor and some of the decisions that were made disagreeing. But I can't say mismanagement. Okay, no, I won't go there. Well, I will go with a disagreement with decisions that were made. I would have lead it differently.
See, Ronnie?
How you like that one?
Yeah, well, I hear what you say.
You're good with me, man.
Yeah, but Ronnie, see, I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah, okay.
I spoke to you a couple of days ago, you know.
Right, we had a nice talk.
And I told you that I don't get in politics. I don't like politics.
No, but you're doing good.
And I told you that I going to get involved, because if I don't get involved, then I agree with all you.
Yeah, but you're doing good.
Okay? And I'm saying to you right now, I'm going to ask you a question.
Ask me. And
the question is, when you were making this decision, when you all were making the decision about the 8%,
good question.
Did you find, did they give you a financial statement as to what where the government is, with how much cash they have?
Yeah.
And so on. Did you see a statement?
I saw the information.
Then you know if we financially sung or
no, we ain't financially sung.
So you saw the statement, right?
I saw a statement that was prepared.
You saw a statement, but you think that was the legitimate statement?
Yes. I trusted the information that was provided, and the information that was provided, I thought was provided in good faith and with an attempt to resolve the major issues that affect this territory. Yes.
Okay. Now, Ronnie.
Yes.
I am.
You don't trust it, right?
Huh?
You don't trust it.
I don't trust it.
I know, I understand.
I don't trust
and I accept. You see how you dialoguing with me? I love that, because you disagree with me and you don't trust the information, but you saying it in a respectful way that me and you could talk. I had to make decisions, and we weren't going to make decisions if we didn't believe that the information we were getting was accurate and true. And I know that because we know that in the political arena, people could give you half the information or could tell you this and they don't mean it, and we know that. So we went into this process as seasoned veteran politicians, okay?
Yeah.
And so that there had to come a point, though, that you put the politics aside and you deal straight up with the facts and the information, cash, and how much cash you expect to have, and people's lives are involved, so you ain't got no time for joking around. So I felt very comfortable as to the information we had, and then we proceeded to provide it to our colleagues, and we went ahead and analyzed and then made decisions. So that's how we went.
Yeah, but why you all didn't go the other way by saying, okay, Governor, you know, we need to all turn in our cell phones.
Okay.
Governor, you need to take back our cars.
Okay.
Governor, the amount of travel,
right.
All these things, that's where you need to go. You don't go and try to balance this budget and the people's back.
Okay, well said. And let me say this to you. Let me say this to you. I accept what you're saying because people want a demonstration that it's not only them taking the 8%, but other elected officials and leaders are making sacrifices, right?
Austerity
sacrifices,
measures.
I hear you. And I myself have made many. And I know other senators are doing it. As a collective policy, maybe we reach there and we need to get there. And I agree with you.
Next thing too, Ronnie, what I want to say is this, and I don't want to add the time.
But you have it good, me mine.
But I'm saying, listen.
Can I show the next car, man? Rah, 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 rah. Sometime I'll get that, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me say this. You all are taking or killing the middle class of people.
A hotting, yes, a hotting the middle class.
But you're killing it every time.
I ain't know if you're killing it, but
yeah,
a hotting.
When you gonna say, okay, 26,000 and up, we're gonna take an 8% cut and this and that. The more middle class than people on the ceiling and on the base.
Okay, let me put it to you this way. Okay, there's some families, mine included, that will take a 16% cut, right?
Sure.
Right, because my wife works and I work, and you know, and some, that's hard. 16% of your general income, that's, to some people, it can be very hard. If you have a family where two people making, let's say, 40,000, right? And you're taking 16% from that, and they have a house, and so, yeah, it's hard, okay? There is no denial that it is extremely painful to the middle class, okay? So that I accept your premise.
But what I'm trying to say is once you start to wreck the middle class, the whole economy gone out.
Right, but this is where you and I part. You say wreck. I won't say wreck. I would say that people have to make tough decisions and adjust. Like maybe you don't have cable TV no more.
No.
I'm just saying a couple things. This is it, okay? But I think that it's better for people to make adjustments than two household family people don't have a job at all.
Yeah, but
now the economy done wreck in a way, right? You know that, right?
Yeah.
Because when we are making enough money to do our operating expenses and we got to borrow $500 million, you know you're in problem already. You know that.
Let me tell you something.
So that you don't have to guess on that one. I wanted to borrow. But from the time you're borrowing for operating expenses, your economy is a problem. Okay, good. And then on top of that, you know that if you're taking money from the insurance guarantee fund to pay retroactive pay, and you ain't got it from your general fund, and you know issues. Yeah, so it ain't just start, and across the country, it ain't us alone. Okay, like we're not making tough decisions as a legislative body alone. Up in Wisconsin and up in all them Minnesota, listen, people taking a hard blow. Obama done gain a lot of gray hair.
Yeah.
Now he ain't getting gray hair because he got easy decision to make.
Yeah, but let me.
Okay, so I won't go to another caller, but I want to say
something because they're coming with a solution to the problem.
Oh, I love it. You see, that's why. Go ahead.
Okay, and I'm saying, did you all look at your collections?
Okay.
Your account receivables.
Okay, listen to. There was a town hall meeting in St. Thomas that followed the town hall meeting in St. Croix, and if not a third to a half of the commentary that came was that instead of raising taxes, enforcement and collection.
Exactly.
Yeah, and people know it. And people are very disappointed that they have to, in that group, they were thinking about, a 0.5% increase on the gross receipt tax. And what they were saying is that You can't increase taxes and you're not collecting the money that's out there already outstanding. So you're right, okay? And we know there are deficiencies in that, and the legislature provided some exceptions, and in our budget we will provide money for IRB to increase its collections and any agency that is revenue generating to get more collections. And you're right.
The first collection you need to do is to go to those people that pollute us all the time.
No, we come in there. We come in there.
You need to
we come in there.
They got citations.
We come in there.
In DPNR.
We come in there.
Are collectible.
We come in there. Okay.
When we gonna get that kind of money? We got the money. We got money in the bank.
I hear you.
Oh, nobody going out. I'm going.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. And let me just say,
well, that's some good comments.
Yeah, they're excellent. Okay. Let me take the next call. Good morning, Carla.
Good morning, Senator. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to hear your voice.
Oh, good. On the topic, let me divert your attention back to the topic of sports.
Yes, please.
Who's the chairperson on sports?
You have the Olympic Committee is Hans Lawetz.
No,
and
in the Senate.
The chairperson is Alvin Williams.
Oh, okay.
He handles that one. And let me say to you, we have been challenged over the last 10 to 15 years in sports. And I must say, and this is real, the last three governors have, to me, not taken an interest in sports that would show a commitment to developing it as a viable industry for the Virgin Islands. They have shown a keen interest in other areas. But one of the biggest things, my dear, that needs to be done, if you showing when I went to Mayagüez, listen, they got one of the best sporting complex in the world.
And what happened to our Frederick Stadium?
Of course.
How many years I'm hearing that they have some sort of plan to refurbish it?
Yep.
And nothing has been done about